I've got your back. Still here.
Hey, you're not supposed to be down here. Official business only. Oh, my mistake then. Sorry, you can go on ahead.
What? What are you looking at? Have you come to gawk at me, or is this a social call? Look, we all have our flaws. Mine is that women can't get enough of me. So I had this little affair going on while I was betrothed to a beautiful girl named Svidi. Well, she finds out and she tells her brother Wolfer that her brother attacks me with a knife. I mean, I had to defend myself. Exactly. Now I have to stare at these bars for 8 months. Can you believe it? I was about to let that wench marry into the richest family in Riften, and this is how she repays me. I'd do anything to have that whore's head on a platter. All I need to know is where she is. Ah, that's the spirit. Find her, and I promise you'll be well compensated. She was a young woman, buxom, with long, flowing black hair. She used to sing the most lovely songs to me when we were courting. Never heard a voice so beautiful. All that talent will go to waste when I'm finished with her. Mother thought I should be taught a lesson for airing the family's dirty laundry in public. I mean, I've taken care of many people for her in the past. What in oblivion did she expect me to do? Ah, well, at least I have all the comforts of home during my stay. Well, except the touch of a woman, of course. When speaking of the Blackbriars, only one thought should spring to mind. We are not to be trifled with. Help us, you end up rich. Cross us, and you'll end up a memory. Is that enough information for you? Ah, and let me guess. He wants his horse. Well, that's going to be a bit of a problem. You see, I don't really outright own Frost. That is correct. You see, Frost belongs to the Blackbriar estate. Technically, everything in the estate is owned by my mother, Maven. My plan was to take the horse from our lodge and deliver it to Latrush at the stables. Obviously, that didn't exactly work out as I'd planned. Still, I don't want to cross Latrush. Tell you what, steal the horse and deliver it, and you can have the second half of the payment. Sure, take advantage of the guy in jail. Okay, fine, I can make the deal sweeter. I obviously don't have anything here, but there's a hidden stash in the lodge. And I did manage to hold on to the key. Take it.
I presume you're bothering me for a good reason. Of course. Nothing gets done without my approval in this city. I have the Jarl's ear, and the guards in my pocket. Anyone makes trouble for me, and I pay a visit to the Thieves' Guild. Make me angry, and I contact the Dark Brotherhood. You do well to remember that the next time you make such a stupid observation. Don't tell me. Sibby and Louis Latruche? Well, Sibby is in jail, and Latruche is certainly welcome to try. My hired help is more than a match for him. Really? Now that is interesting. Then you should know that Louis and I have a certain history. Tell you what, go along with his plans for now. I'll keep an eye on you both, and when the time is right, I'll settle accounts with Louis.
Behave yourself in front of Mistress Maven.
Are you really sure you want to get involved in a horse theft? If I were you, I would think twice.
The beautiful flowers and trees are really nice and refreshing. Gives a nice change from all that time before when I had to walk across barren, war-ridden wastelands.
Any luck with Sapphire?
Over here!
Until next time.
Someone's gonna get hurt.
You don't scare me!
Alduin Kropos Gizan Dov Irak Pasevik.
Uh-oh! Did I scratch your face?
I needed a water bath, but I guess your blood will too. Take this.
Looks dead to me.
Never would have believed it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. It may be dead now, but where did it come from?
Never would have believed it. I see it with my own eyes.
Guess what? I found one of those ingredients I was looking for. Isn't that great? There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? I have to confess, I actually have more communication horns for you. I didn't want to give them to you at the same time as the other one. You see, I simply didn't want to make things too complicated for you. But these are simpler to use. 3 of them represent specific topics that we can discuss as we travel. The 4th one you can use to tell me to keep quiet when it's inconvenient that I'm talking. I won't be offended, I swear. Like with the other horn, you have to make these horns favorite items and assign them to a hotkey. I have written down the instructions for you. It's easier that way. Of course you don't have to use them. But if I may, I would suggest that you give at least one of them a try. It's so nice to small talk when traveling, and the horns will make this so much easier. Wouldn't it be nice to just talk a little, you and I used to own quite a good bow. Did I ever tell you that? Well, it was before we met, while I was traveling Skyrim alone. One day I got attacked by bandits. I managed to escape, but somehow I lost my bow. I'm sure the bandits grabbed it. I bet their boss is using it. You know, if we ever are in the neighborhood of that bandit camp, maybe we could try and get my bow back. I know how much you enjoy fighting bandits. I'll mark the location on the map, just in case. Good idea. Funny, people says that it's... Yes? Sure. Sure.
Need something? You can get a room at the Bee and Barb, but mind your coin purse. It's no secret the Thieves Guild makes its home here. Oh, and if you meet Maven Blackbriar, stay on her good side. This is her city, and nobody else's. Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Ever been to Markarth? Some say it was built by the dwarves. Don't believe a word of it.
Warstar, the warrior at Silverblood seems to be very fascinated by the Dwemer culture. Maybe he could come with us when we go to Ruin?
Walk away. Now. You're interfering with the storm of business. Walk away. Now. Walk away. Now.
If you see any signs of Talos worship, it's your obligation to report them to me. I am a Tholmor Judiciar on important business that you are interfering with. We are special envoys of the Aldmeri Dominion, the rightful rulers of Tamriel. If you'd like, I can show you why.
If you're smart, you'll walk away.
Move along. That we are superior to men is an established fact. For example, take this belief in Talos, the ninth divine. Ha! Certainly you don't believe such things. Or perhaps there's something you'd like to confess. I don't like you. I think you're a heretic. And so you will die a heretic's death.
This doesn't concern you, citizen. Taking this man to be interrogated. He has knowledge of a cult of Talos. He will tell us what we need to know, or he will die. The choice is his. Now get out of my way.
Ruin. What say you?
Walk away.
Should we
now?
investigate?
That is none of your concern. By Imperial law banning Talos, we have the right to do whatever we want. And now you'll walk away if you know what's good for you. Or perhaps there's something you'd like to confess. Incorrect. You can worship whatever gods you like. But Talos is a man, and only a heretic would think otherwise. And so you will die a heretic's death.
Now we see some action.
Another one down. You haven't forgotten about the ingredients you promised to help me find, have you?
Khajiit welcomes you, and also your coin.
Sarah. Of course, Rizad knows Racine and his magic flute. Racine is Rizad's second cousin. Yes, Racine has played the magic flute for us. But Racine needs to walk on warm sand, not hard stones like in Markarth.
Okay. What is
Racine
it with
wanted
these
a
wooden
smoother
ships?
soil than
I don't
here.
want to burn up again like I did back in Death
Sarah,
Mountains, let alone Dragon
Racine
Fire.
cannot be found here anymore. Search for my second cousin, Rift. That is where his feet wanted to wander.
Take a look. May your road lead you to warm sands.
The longer we travel the roads of Skyrim, the more empty this land seems. A welcome to you, fellow traveler. The roads of Skyrim can be treacherous. If you must walk them, be wary.
Be on your best behavior. Khajiit are few, but their will is strong. Yes, although this caravan is new to Lajan, she was with another, but it did not survive the road. One of Risad's previous bodyguards died fending off a Falmer attack. It made sense for Khajiit to take her place. Given what happened to her own caravan, it is her chance at redemption. Khajiit has not seen enough to form an opinion, but she knows it is not warm. Leaving the sword foot forward leaves one vulnerable to stabs. The shield foot sacrifices range. Khajiit prefers to fight shield first. So she is dead then. Khajiit always knew it would come to that. This land, it makes for strange bedfellows. Khajiit did not want to talk about this before, because it was a stain on her honor. Her caravan was attacked by Falmer. She was kidnapped and tortured. And there, in her weakness, she made an uneasy alliance. The bandit would break them out of their bonds. Lajan would get them out of the cave. It was. Lajan imagines it was much worse for the bandit. She was there for weeks before Lajan was taken. Perhaps this gave her the time to figure out an escape. But before that, she needed Lajan's help. And to get it, she first needed to find a way to speak to her. But the bandit was clever. She would scratch the floor, always in the same rhythm. It took a while before Khajiit realized she was telling Lajan her name. From there, she taught Lajan how to escape her binds, and how often the guard made their rounds. She had it all figured out, except for Lajan. She never understood that Khajiit could never truly be friends. In any case, Lajan thanks you for this news. It would have been difficult to explain to Risad had the bandit called her by name. Lajan does not have gold to reward you, but she can lend you her blade, if you will accept it.
How's it going? You're in luck. I'm actually the top in my class for junk carrying. Needless to say, I'm not very popular at the academy. See you later, worker hater. Nice one.
Guess what? I found one of those ingredients I was looking for. Isn't that great? It would be great if we could go to Riften soon. I'm so eager to find the Kaid bard who has my flute.
Looks loaded.
You realize that you make the Dragonborn's adventure longer and thus my record's bigger? Oh, you'll pay for that extra weight I have to carry. Ooh, a cave. Record? Well, Dragonborn, I'm sure there's lots of things in there that just want to tear our hearts out. But you're the boss.
Halt, Outlander. By the code of Markarth, this stronghold belongs to the orcs. Your kind are unwelcome.
I wonder what that book about
This is our stronghold. Here we are free to live as Markarth intended, away from the prying eyes of the Nords. You are not an orc, our bloodkin, so stay out. We only help our own. We've heard whispers of an enchanted pair of gauntlets, hidden and protected by dangerous men, beasts, or worse. They are called the Forge Master's Fingers. Bring them to our chief, and he will decide if you're worthy to be bloodkin to the orcs. We will see.
I never heard that phrase. I read it somewhere. Probably in the ABC for barbarians.
I know, and I appreciate it dearly. But I can't help but feel we could be doing more.
You and me together, you mean?
That's right.
Do you think we would manage if you and I went dungeon crawling on our own?
Yes, indeed. Might be fun, working together.
So, where should we go then? A fortress, maybe? Or a Nordic ruin? Not a dwarven ruin. They're way too dangerous.
So many details to work out.
Indeed. But it is important to plan carefully. These places are dangerous. And I must admit that I'm not such a splendid fighter.
You're tougher than you look.
Not really. You are a better fighter than I, so I would have to rely on you.
I will protect you with my life.
You mean that? Oh, Lydia. Will you carry my burdens also?
Absolutely not.
I was just kidding, of course. Strange, isn't it? We're walking until our feet bleed. We're fighting for our life at times. Still, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
This is life, sister. The struggle is what reminds us to draw breath.
Alchemists eat all of their ingredients, right? I'm not sure if I admire their ability, or I'm utterly disgusted.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
We have been in this land for so long.
If Rokia the Silverblooded had been living in Greentown, she would have been forced to put on some more clothes.
Did I file all the combat records yet? Better double check. Well, don't freak out, okay? I recently got into contact with the Academy and they told me to give this to you. Word of warning, you better prepare yourself mentally before casting the spell. I can't believe they would do this to me.
Speaking with you is not in my schematics. Okay, I lied. But that doesn't mean I like the act. Hello, Dragonborn. It is a pleasure to meet you. Well, somewhat. Regardless, my name is Omnico version 4.1. I have been assigned to employee 222 to monitor her actions and keep her in check. In light of her current transgressions, she is now under close observation status by the Academy. That is all I have been allowed to say. Goodbye for now.
What makes this smell?
Hello. Of course. What did you want to talk about? He's a freak of nature made solely to torment me, I swear. In other words, he's what you call a personal warden. Omnico is designed to closely monitor my actions, but fortunately, he can't do anything to me. At least, physically stop me. All he can do is report back to the Academy on my performance, and in drastic cases, call for the Academy to terminate my mission. Well, I been taking some liberties. It's not important. I've been recording and filing, which is my mission. Why they see the need to micromanage my every interaction with you and Skyrim is ridiculous. Don't worry, Omnico will not be a threat to you and your missions. In fact, we could probably use him to our advantage. He's designed to be able to aid your adventures, so if anything, we'll just have another helper in fights. Always thinking positive. Although, if he starts to get annoying, the only way we can stand that is to ignore it. We can always talk. What's up? The Thalmor should really rethink their outfits. I mean, they pretty much scream, "Hate me, I'm evil, and no one likes me. Look upon my darkness and goldness and the pointiness of my armor." Or, oh wait! Maybe that's the image they were going for. Right? I initially thought they wanted the submission of Skyrim to the Almeri Dominion to be one without much fighting and more peace and negotiations, which would mean they should reconsider their outfit. But now it all makes sense. Wow, they really are stuck-up evil little... Let's just say next time we fight a Thalmor, I'll be more than happy to slice their throats. Alright, back to organizing for me. Dragonborn, does whatever a
Traveling
dragon
in the
can.
Reach is dangerous. You need a good carriage. It's an old city. Legends say dwarves built it first. Then after they vanished, the natives moved in. Finally, the Nords took over around Tiber Septim's time. That bent a few folks' arms the wrong way. That's right, at least according to them scholars. Stonework's clearly not Nord, that much is for sure. Old elven fella named Calcimo, up in Understone Keep's the one you want to talk to for more about that. Wrote all those books. They just called themselves the people of the Reach. Lot of common blood with the Bretons by the looks of them. Used to have their own kingdom till the Nords came. Now they're at the bottom of the hay pile. That's right. Whole group of the natives called the Forsworn rose up against the Nords. Drove them out. Then Ulfric Stormcloak came with his militia. That must have been a sight to see him shouting folks to death. You'd think that'd be the end of it, but those Forsworn are still in the hills, and they're as wild as wolves. Good day.
If we just ask around, I'm sure someone will give us a quest to do.
Bit of jewelry for your journey home? Oh, these pendants look lovely on my sister.
The Forsworn? You're inside the city?
The Forsworn are here in the city. Everyone stay back. The Markarth city guard have this all under control.
By the
There are
gods,
no
that man nearly
Forsworn.
killed me. You saved my life. Thank you. Here. I was gonna bring this to my sister, but I think you should have it. No. I don't have any idea. I was just shopping for a pendant for my sister back in the Imperial City. I've heard of them. Something about the men who live in the hills and attack caravans. I'm sorry. I don't know anymore. I'm just visiting here from Cyrodiil. I should never have come to Markarth.
He tried to kill Margaret, right in front of me. No. She's such a nice woman. Comes by every day looking for jewelry for her family in Cyrodiil. Is it because she's a noble? Why would anyone want to kill her? It doesn't make any sense. What's happening to this city?
Did you see that, madman? A forsworn agent, here in the city.
The prisoners here are given death, or the mine.
Think he worked down at the smelter. A lot of laborers there are sympathetic to the forsworn. They promise people they'll kill off all the Nords that rule over the Reach. Nothing but murderers and saboteurs. This has ruined my entire day.
We'll handle things from here. Move along. I said move along. The Forsworn are just a bunch of madmen. We have everything under control. Stay out of it. That's right. It isn't. All right, then.
Is someone there?
Of course.
Maybe you can help me.
It's just the market rabble.
A patron. Speak to a Mednane or the Master. I am but a humble servant. The answer is the same. It is not my place. I am Master Lisbeth's personal assistant. My place is by her side, so she has said. A Mednane is the Master's apprentice. His duties are to learn the trade and manage the store in the Master's absence. Gosnak, whose current whereabouts are unknown, serves as the porter. He handles the shipment and retrieval of merchandise. I assist the Master in the preparation of dinner. No, I do not cook the meals, I simply prepare them. The Master has a specific palate. It requires careful planning to sate it. The Master is also fond of inviting guests, but only those with good taste. Yet it has been some time since the last banquet. I currently serve her alone. It is not her desire that I do so. I insist on calling her my master. I am fond of the word. I would prefer the term mistress, but I fear it would make the master uncomfortable. Not quite. I have made my intentions known. It is up to her to respond. I do not know if she fancies me, yet her previous lover, a male, proved unsatisfactory, so it is said. Goodbye. Something on your mind?
I was just comparing the ledgers from last season.
Not too bad, I hope.
Worse. The loss of shipments from Forsworn attacks are really hitting us hard. You see those warriors from Hammerfell? They've got curved swords. Curved swords. No, as if trade wasn't poor enough. Now there's violence in the streets. It was the Forsworn, wasn't it? I lose dozens of shipments every season to those barbarians. Now they're in the city? Gods help us. I inherited the store from my husband. His father was Arnleif. My husband, Gunnar, died about 5 years ago. Forsworn attack. I miss that stubborn oaf. Oh, by the divines, is it that obvious? I swear, if my Gunnar was alive to see me now. This store would finally be on its feet if I hadn't lost my last shipment to the Forsworn attacks.
A specially made Bella statuette. You aren't for hire, are you? A sellsword? I'll pay you if you can recover that statuette from the Forsworn. Thank you. I'll have a sum of gold waiting for you when you return. Come back whenever you need something.
What's all the commotion?
Don't mind the yelling. My parents are always going at each other.
This is the Silverblood Inn. I'll let you figure out who owns it by yourself. Ah, Boley finally got someone out here. Well, it's about time. I've been waiting for weeks. Well, thank you for bringing it, I suppose. Have a good day. What? Oh, how could I have possibly forgotten? Your reward, of course. Of course. Here you are. So sorry about that.
I wonder if
Sure
this place
thing.
is more
It's
crowded
yours for a
at
day.
lunchtime.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
I don't know who's worse in this city. The people who outright try to stab your back, or the ones who say they're friends, then stab your back.
Poor Lisbeth will really need our help. If we could just find a stolen shipment, I'm sure it will make things easier for her.
Come, make it quick. Comes with living to a ripe old age. People start thinking there's something magical about you. Then, the insults. Still, a little knowledge of plants and potions can get you by. Not that anyone likes to admit buying things from you. See? I even have a little potion for the steward. Mind handing it over to him? Just say it should solve that problem he has. Thank you. We'd be better off without the Silverbloods. They send their brute, Ingvar, to shake some coins from me every few days. And Betrid Silverblood is always asking for more potions to fuel Thonar's ambitions. Gives him a temper fiercer than any bear. Only that they break an old woman's heart. So many friends, so many kin, all lost trying to rebuild a past that was over long ago. All right then.
I'm Gor's assistant. I help him with the forge.
What a waste.
Oh, what happened?
Warstar, the warrior Silverbloody, seems to be very fascinated by the Dwemer culture. Maybe he could come with us when we go to Rui?
Kinnereth, Zervis.
Poor bastard's better off. Hmm?
Did that guard just... never mind. I must be seeing things.
I have heard that climbing stairs is good exercise. If that is true, I will think the Markarth people is in excellent shape.
I'll be here, my dear.
Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong... and clean rooms.
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? Honestly, bandits. Why don't they just take their loot and go home instead of hanging around in the cave? Oh, how sweet of you. Oh, I like that. Give it to me, please. There's nothing like a good drink when one is thirsty. Ah, this is so relaxing. Thank you. Hey, while we are here, why don't we dance a little? I can show you how we do it in Solstheim. Just watch this. This is actually quite fun. There once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. Why don't you join me? It's fun, I swear. Beware, beware, the Dragonborn comes, for the darkness has passed and the legend yet grows. This is fun, isn't it? There once was a house called Lydia the Fair, who always was eating and sitting on a chair. Ah, this is so relaxing.
What's on your mind? It would be my pleasure. I'll guard you with my life.
You haven't forgotten about the book I need, have you? Tamriel Flora Illustrated. Of course. So, where are we going now?
Good morning.
Gods. A woman attacked right on the streets. Are you alright? Did you see what happened? A Forsworn? Strange. Well, I hope the Eight give you more peace in the future for what it's worth. Oh, I think you dropped this. Some kind of note. Looks important. My note? No, that's yours. Must have fallen out of your pocket. No. I was just getting some fresh air. Had one too many pints of mead at the Silverblood Inn. I'd better get going.
Did I remember to record that last time we went to an inn and you got really drunk and made love to a... Oh yeah, I did. It's right
You don't
here.
know anything about this house? No. Anyone seen entering or leaving? Any strange lights or unusual noises?
It's abandoned, and it's always been abandoned.
What are you hiding, priest?
I'm not hiding anything. It's closed for a reason.
Smells like garlic.
First you take away Talos. Now you're keeping us from seeing our honored dead? You and the Jarl will answer for any desecration of my ancestors' bodies.
That's enough, Thongor. We're done.
You there, you another Imperial puppet? Answer me. There's a war on and you don't know what I'm talking about. The Empire is destroying everything Skyrim stands for. Honor, pride, mighty Talos. Jarl Igmund can refuse to see me all he wants. The Silverblood family will be heard. That's a true Nord hero. A legend. So great that the divines themselves lifted his soul into the heavens and made him a god. He founded the Empire, and now they've turned their back on him to appease the elves. Elves. Do the elves rule Skyrim, or do the Nords? We own Sidna Mine, best prison in Skyrim, and source of half the wealth in this city. We keep the Reach safe. We flood Markarth with wealth. But does the Jarl listen to us when we want to say? No. He's busy forgetting that Ulfric Stormcloak saved this city from the Forsworn. Ulfric's a hero, not a damn criminal. He used the Thum, shouted those Forsworn from the walls. Then he led a band of Nord warriors in to take the city. Just like Talos himself at the Battle of Old Hroldan, reclaiming the Reach from those heathen natives. They started the Great War, nearly destroyed the Imperial City. Then the Emperor took the coward's way out and surrendered. Now, the elves dictate everything we do, and they don't want us acknowledging a mere human like Talos as the god he is.
By the way,
Stay out
is it
of
time
trouble
for
in
dinner
my
yet?
city.
What are you doing here? The excavation site is closed. I don't need any more workers or guards. The Schuenzell? The ruins underneath Markarth? The wealth of artifacts that I've based 2 human lifetimes of research on? You idiot! Do you even know who I am? The most recognized scholar on the Dwemer in all of Tamriel. And you people keep bothering me. I'm sorry, I got too excited. I'm in the middle of some very stressful work, and I shouldn't have yelled. How can I help you? You are? Very good. May I see it? Excellent. Very good. This is exactly what I need to complete a series of studies I'm doing on Dwemer craftsmanship and magical resonance. I simply must have this. I'll pay you double what it's worth. Well, I suppose important research is worth every coin. All right, you have yourself a deal. How's double and a half its value in trade? I'm glad we could come to an agreement.
Oh.
The Dominion is here, and we're watching you.
I'm the Jarl's personal blacksmith, but that doesn't mean I can't sell you a few pieces for a fair price. Depends on what you need. A light armor is good for travel, less to carry. A heavy armor weighs you down, but no true warrior goes without it. If you want some heavy armor, I might have a deal we could work out. I need a dangerous heart. Jarl wants me to cool this new sword in blood. You get me a heart, I get you some armor. Interested? Good hunting. Anything. Served in the Legion with my sister Gorza for over 10 years. We've seen every piece you can imagine. Have you met her? She runs the forge near the smelter. Just don't bother talking to her, apprentice. Boy has no talent. The strongholds keep to themselves. Skyrim has always been kind to the orcs. For an outsider like you to be accepted, an orc would have to make you blood kin and send word to the chiefs. Trust like that is not freely given. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. All right, then.
You! Who are you to approach the Jarl of Markarth? Very well. You may approach the mournful throne, but watch your words.
I'm Igmund's uncle, as well as his steward. Oh, yes. Thank you. Here you go. Some gold for your assistance and your discretion. I have letters to read.
You speak to Igmund, son of Orofdir, Jarl of Markarth. My guards told me, poor Margaret, and witnesses report that the attacker was shouting some nonsense about being a Forsworn. I want to make things clear. Markarth has its troubles, but there are no Forsworn in this city. They are only a threat in the hills and along the roads where they live. Everywhere else, we are in control. It all started here, this rebellion. When the Empire lost the Reach during the Great War, we became desperate. We promised a group of Nord militia free worship in exchange for their help retaking the home. Then the elves found out about it. We were forced to arrest all of them. Ulfric Stormcloak, their leader, used the whole thing as proof that the Empire had abandoned Skyrim. The rebels called it the Markarth Incident. It was the founding day for the Stormcloaks, and where this war really started. The White Gold Concordant, our treaty with the elves after the Great War, forbids free worship of Talos. But that's what we promised Ulfric and his men. It seems foolish looking back, but at the time we were hoping the elves wouldn't find out. So when they did find out, it was either we arrest Ulfric and the militia, or enter into yet another war with the Aldmeri Dominion. The choice was clear, and now Ulfric threatens the thinly veiled peace we sacrificed so much for. When the Aldmeri Dominion invaded the Imperial City, the Legion all but turned a blind eye to the other provinces. Many of the disgruntled natives of the Reach used the opportunity to depose the Empire and founded what they called an independent kingdom. It was little more than a chaotic uprising, but the Reach was removed from Imperial authority for 2 years before we reclaimed it.
Wendy has joined
But
Channel
the leaders
Gotham.
of the uprising refused our offers of peace. They fled into the hills.
Wendy
and
says,
became the
"Hi."
Forsworn. Yes, I know. We have some advantages if they come here. The city is built into the mountainside, so it's hard to reach into, even from the skies. And everything is made of stone, even the beds. We'll have no trouble from Dragon's Fire here. If you'll excuse me, I have a city to run.
Poor Lisbeth would really need our help. If we could just find a stolen shipment, I'm sure it would make things easier for her.